Hi guys, look at my seed stash. Oh my goodness, I have more seeds than I can possibly plant. But hopefully this is going to last me for a couple of years and I will get a great variety in my garden. But I thought today I would just focus in on one variety of fruits, and that would be the tomatoes that I plan on planting. So it's really important to have a variety of tomato plants that you plant, because you want to make sure that you're getting tomatoes all season long. And these all have different lengths of time that they become mature seeds. And it's just important to have that variety so that you don't run out of tomatoes during the summer. So let me show you some of these I've already planted, which I actually don't recommend. I'm in Maryland, and I think it's actually really early. But I got all excited and wanted to plant some seedlings out, and I've already started. So I'm not sure I'd recommend that yet. You have to decide for yourself. It's a little early according to all of these packages. But let me show you the varieties that I'm going to try to grow. Some of these I bought in the fall, and some I had bought in the spring of last year. But I thought I'd shop early just in case they run out of seeds again. But here's what I've got. This one is the sun globe, and I did grow that. I had a really nice bushy plant. They were pretty pest resistant, and I did grow those last year. I can also plant some out this year. It's open, but I haven't planted any seedlings yet. That was open from last year. But you know, you can plant older seeds, and your germination rate might be a little lower, but it is possible. Seeds do last for a few years, and it depends on the seed varieties as well and the vegetable. But so first is the sun globe, which was very nice. It was a smallish tomato, and it was a beautiful orange color. And then the next one I have here is the Arkansas Traveler, and I planted that. That did not do well in my area. I thought the area I planted it in, it might just be that I didn't amend the soil enough. I wasn't that impressed with it, but I bought it because I felt like maybe in Arkansas they had the humidity and heat that we do as well. So I'm not sure I'm going to plant that again, but I do have that available if I decide to go ahead and do that. This one was one I've never grown before. It's the Burpee Black Crim, and I imagine you can get these varieties at multiple places, but I happened to see this one seed packet back in the spring just sitting out on a shelf at Lowe's, I think. So I picked it up, Black Crim, and the reason I picked Black Crim is because it's supposed to have the highest amount of antioxidants. So I definitely wanted that in my garden this year. And then this one I've already planted a lot of, and I hope I can share my seedlings with friends. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, I might have done it too early and it might not be good for the seedlings, but it's one that I always loved in the past that I've been able to grow, and they're huge, beautiful beefsteak tomatoes. So it is the classic beefsteak tomato. This one is from Baker's Creek, and they put out a very high quality organic seed varieties. And I'm excited to grow that. Like I said, I've already had those planted out. And then this one is a black cherry packet tomato seeds. They're organic tomatoes, black cherry. And this is from Eden Brothers. Sometimes they don't have a picture of the variety. They just put the sticker on the back. I have not planted those out yet in seed trays. This is the Purple Bumblebee, also from Baker's Creek, and I've already started some seedlings for that. I should say I've started the seeds because they haven't sprouted yet, but I thought they were beautiful. It looks like they're deep red with some purple streaking through it, and those just looked beautiful. And then here's another Baker Creek heirloom variety. Let's see what I've got here. Oh, this one I already have sprouts. I'm going to show you that in a minute. This is the Blueberries cherry tomato, and they're supposed to be kind of a bluish color. Let me try to get a better angle on there. There we go. So it looks like they ripen out to be a dark blue. Isn't that beautiful? So that's a cherry variety. And then I also have a tomato steak sandwich hybrid. So that's, I guess, kind of a relative of the beefsteak. There we go. In case you didn't get a good look at the blueberries. I'm looking forward to seeing how that one looks. So that's another slicer tomato. And then this one got a very high rating. I haven't planted it out yet, but it looks like a beautiful slicer. It's a Baker Creek Heirloom Seed, Tappy's Heritage. Another slicer tomato. So as you can see, I have a mix of cherry tomatoes, one medium-sized tomato, and then the last one here I can show you is Berry's Crazy Cherry. And this is supposed to be a very, very prolific yellow tomato. Look at how many are on there. If your plant is happy, look what it can give you. So I'm very excited about that. We like to do a lot of burst tomato dishes with pasta. And so I really have high hopes for the cherry tomatoes. And last year I did some super sweet 100s, which aren't organic. But we use those more than anything else, the cherry tomatoes. So I have a mix of cherries and slicers. And hopefully this is going to give me a full summer's worth of tomatoes, guys. Like I said, some of them are planted out. And I'll show you which ones are already set up in seed trays. And here are my Berry's Crazy Cherry tomatoes and my blueberry cherries. Aren't they adorable? They're already getting some true leaves in here, their first set of true leaves. So they're doing well. Every day I kind of brush over them with the palm of my hand and try to encourage them to have strong stalks. But so far so good. And like I said, it's a little risky to start them this early, but so far so good. They've gotten a good start. And I do have some of my slicer tomatoes on a windowsill. I just planted those a few days ago. So no sprouts yet, but hopefully I can give you a good update on those. I planted these much sooner than those. And my setup is nothing fancy. I'm sure it resembles your setup as well, many of you. I don't do any fancy grow lights. I try to use mostly sunlight, a sunny window, or sometimes a grow bulb. I do have one grow bulb upstairs that if it's a cloudy day, I'll go ahead and bring over some seedlings. But I couldn't be happier. I mean, this really makes me feel like spring is coming. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Let me know what tomatoes you're planning on growing this year. What are some of your favorites? And also let me know if you've started anything this early. Like I say, it's probably not recommended, but you know, I'm just so excited for spring that I had to do something. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.